Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Simply Garden at Home. Actually, we're kind of down at the end of the day here. It's actually getting cooler. I mean, we had some really super hot weather. I actually was in checking in the garden tonight. And I realized I had some more celery to plant. So we're going to get this planted, but I'm going to talk about celery, kind of how to grow it and why it's so easy. I realize for most people, it's probably, like kind of you can't plant celery by seed now, too late. You got to start that really probably about a good 3 months before it even goes in the ground. 4 months. This was started back in early February. Here we are into June. But I just want to show you what I do as far as planting celery and really how simple it is to grow. I mean, celery by itself, it's wonderful in different sandwiches, different casseroles. Stuffing for Thanksgiving is wonderful. And it's also juiced. A lot of people are juicing celery, which is great for the gut. And just for your whole body. There's a lot of good nutritional values in celery. I know people used to say, oh, there's not much value in celery. Well, actually there is a lot. People juice the whole thing. Or just put it right through the juicer, the leaves and everything. And a lot of good nutrition. Linda does it quite a lot. In fact, she'll be using ours probably starting in August. I got more celery planted in other places in the garden. Just want to show you planting this, how simple it is. So what I want to do, actually what was in here before was my cold frame, lettuce planted last fall. I continue doing lettuce again in the spring here. Planted carrots inside the cold frame. And now actually I'm also interplanted another crop of lettuce for a couple weeks. I'll be out and around the garden. I'll plant it somewhere. So I got space, but I also can fit the celery in. But first we need to fertilize a little bit because this area has been hit so hard with having lettuce growing in it for, between last fall and again in the spring. I'm sure nutrients really quite depleted. So I got a little mixture. I'm trying something different. This is an experiment. I've got hydrated chicken manure in here, and also the little pellets are alfalfa pellets. So I'm just trying to experiment a couple different beds. We're mixing these two items together, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on heavily. What's nice about it is being all natural, dehydrated chicken manure in there, and also alfalfa pellets. It's just a good natural combination. Can't go wrong with it. It's not going to hurt anything. Can't put it in too heavily, and I think it's going to do great. I've actually started using the alfalfa pellets in the fall in the garden in the last 2 years, and I've gotten a phenomenal return on my asparagus all of a sudden. I am doing other things too throughout the year, but that's just one thing I've done differently. So you do want to just mix it in a little bit here. I'm not going to go too crazy because it's not going to be, I got to measure in the celery plants too. Don't want to hit the carrots. And what's nice about interplanting like this, by the time the celery starts growing, the carrots will be pretty well wrapped up. I do have sweet corn on the other end here. That's not going to bother any here. And what I also probably do, I have some squash growing right here, either yellow squash or zucchini, and we'll let that go ahead and fill in this area here. So I'll put not the asparagus, but the celery in this section here. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and measure it out. Celery likes to be planted. I find it's best to give it not a lot of space. Between the rows, I like to go probably about 18 inches between the rows, and then between each plant around a foot. And it, as it grows, it fills in nicely. Some people actually will blanch celery. They'll go ahead and put dirt around the bottom of the stalks or compost as they start growing. I just cultivate it and push it up around it if it needs to be. So we'll go ahead and just give it a foot between each one here. Yes, it's getting dark. Sorry for the dwindling light here. There we go. And right here, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll shove some in right here on the edge of the lettuce here. Like I say, once again, the lettuce is not going to stay here the whole time. By the time the celery starts growing, I'm going to move the lettuce out and transplant it into the garden itself. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now as far as celery, like I say, it's pretty easy just to pop it in the ground. It's going to take it out of the 6-pack here. As far as nutrition throughout the season, I will give it a good drink of fish emulsion and wrap up here. But that's just how nice it is. And then one more thing we're going to do. We'll grab a couple more plants here. This really came out nice. Even with this heat, it's celery doesn't mind heat. It seems to do pretty well. But I will also do this because now that the heat has started up, the cutworms start coming back. So what I've done, this is really simple. Grab them, either you can use filing, what do we call it? Filing, vanilla folders they call them, for the old files, okay? You can use that. This is actually old shirt boxes I use. Shirt box is something that people would give gifts to people. They call them shirt box. I don't know if you can get those as much anymore, but vanilla folders work fine. Cut them into little strips like this here. Very important to do this if you have cutworm problems, and this reduces the problem. And just real simple, like this. Shove it in a little bit, dirt around there, and that will keep the cutworm from coming along the bottom here and trying to clip off the plant, which you want that to happen. Now, I don't know if it's rabbit proof or not. We do have a few rabbits running around, but maybe they won't like it, hopefully. I do also sprinkle some repel for rabbit control. I do sprinkle that a little around. Once these plants get big enough, nothing's gonna bother them, but just getting them going. So that's how easy it is. We're gonna go and finish this up here, but once again, we'll do a follow-up in a couple of weeks as far as how the celery is going. And hopefully you learned something about the ease of planting celery. And I'll tell you, nothing coming out, and I actually do this come August, I'll break off a hunk and just eat it raw. Just delicious, the best thing ever. And my favorite is celery, lots of celery in tuna fish sandwiches. You gotta have a lot of celery. And also cream cheese, celery with cream cheese. Some people do peanut butter, but celery is a very healthy snack and good nutritional value. So once again, thank you for visiting. Oh, by the way, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Glad to have you join us. Make a comment below if this was helpful for you or not. And then go ahead and subscribe, please. And hit the little like button, because that helps with the notifications. And once again, feel sure to share any comments you might have. I really appreciate that. And any questions you may have also, please give me some comments back. Enjoy the rest of your day, or night, shall we say. And thanks for viewing. Have a good day.